name is Lori, and I'm a pack rat. Okay, so this is what we have. Cut. You can cut that all out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When we moved from our 2,400 square foot house, we put a bunch of stuff in this room. This is at our neighbors, where we were going to store some stuff until we could downsize fully. So when we first moved in here, we had this whole room filled with our stuff. That's not what our intention was. It was to only use this side. And now we have it down to some empty boxes for taking things to the donation place. We have some stuff that goes to our daughter's house. We have some stuff that goes to get stored at my mom's house. And then there's a few things left in here for us. And stuff to still sell. We have this computer desk to still sell.
It's a really nice one. It's an IKEA desk.
Yeah, it is. But too big for us for now. So anyway, we have whittled down to this. There's some clothes, some pillows and blankets. Mostly there's a lot of empty boxes. So besides this small amount of stuff and the stuff that's in our 2-room apartment and the stuff that is in our RV, we're down. Everybody tells you that they downsized, but nobody tells you how hard it is or how they did it or what they downsized. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to show you. Okay, so we have a few areas that we need to go through. It looks kind of chaotic now because we're trying to live in here and store things. But we have albums that we need to convert to MP3. We have CDs and cassettes that need to be converted. We have DVDs that need to be put in cases out of their jewel boxes. And we have some craft supplies that need to be condensed down and sold. And some books that I'm going through that I want to take, scan in the pieces of the books that I want to keep. And so we have a few areas that we need to go through, but pretty much when you think about that, we went from a 2,400 square foot house with a 2-car garage, and we are down to this stuff and then a couple piles upstairs, and the stuff that's in the RV. We're doing pretty good.
You're doing excellent.
It's very, very hard for me. You can ask any of my family that has helped me move over the years of my life and all my moving. I keep things, and it's very hard to convert to not be that way, not think that I'm going to need that someday. We just have to make use with what we can carry with us, and that's it. I know people say it's just stuff, get rid of it, but not everything is just stuff, and that's what I have a really hard time with. So I'm working really hard, and people don't ever talk about that. They say that, oh, they just got rid of their stuff, they downsized, it was no problem. And then there's people that do have a problem with it, and they get storage units forever. We didn't want to do that, so that's why it's really, really hard. I'm trying not to just throw things in boxes and store it away. The stuff that's being stored at my mom's is stuff that cannot be replaced, things that are special to us and that we are going to want to be with us someday. Maybe the stuff we've already moved into the RV, I think we might need right now, but a couple 2-3 months, years down the road, we might decide we don't need that, and then we can get some of those things that are precious to us and have them with us. When we first planned on downsizing, we started selling things on Craigslist and eBay, and we joined Facebook groups here in our area. We sold things there. We had yard sales, one every month. Each month I would make a save the date card for our next one, because as we were emptying the house, new things were being added to our yard sale. We had it all set up in a garage, and it was great. People loved it. We had repeat customers every month. So we did a lot of that. Then there were a ton of stuff. We have gone to the shelter, the animal shelter thrift store many, many times with boxes and boxes and boxes and bags and bags and bags of stuff. Clothing and just anything, you name it. Stuff that we just weren't using anymore. And when it got down to, do we want to change our lifestyle or not, then we had to start deciding on what we were keeping and what we weren't. So we started getting rid of things all that way. We also, in the very beginning, had our daughter come up to the house and handed her a sticky notepad and said, go shopping. So she and her boyfriend, now fiance, went through the whole house and they stuck their names on everything that they wanted. Now, it didn't necessarily mean that they were going to get those items, but we knew that they were interested, whether we could give it to them or whether we had to kind of sell it to them, kind of like the 60-inch flat screen TV that we have.
That's mine.
Tom's heartbroken about that, but it would take up a whole entire wall of our RV, so that's not going. We had first had planned on taking it, but not now. So they're going to buy that and the sound system that goes with it. But anyway, so that was another way that we got rid of a lot of things. Other family and friends, we gave away some stuff to, like some old cameras of ours that were very special to us. We gave to our very, very dear friend who is a photographer, and he collects antique cameras and stuff. So we felt good about being able to give those kind of things away. And then now we're down to, it's getting harder for me, because in the beginning you're like, oh, I can get rid of that, I can get rid of that, I can get rid of that, and you think it's so easy, and then when you get down to the nitty gritty and the last few things, you're like, oh, I really want that, but do I need it? Well, yeah, I might need it. And so it's getting to a very tough decision time when you get down to the end of the stuff. You know, kind of like when you move and you have those rooms full of bits and pieces and odds and ends, and oh my gosh, that's kind of what I'm going through right now. So this is going to be a multi-part series with me going through different areas. You know, one day we'll do one little section and get that taken care of and then move on. But it's going to be impossible to do it all in one video. All right, well, join us again as we go into part 2 of this series of our downsizing. Do we want to call it an adventure? I'm not feeling very adventurous. Anyway, of getting rid of and downsizing stuff. And I think that our next part 2 of this series will be dealing with clothing, where we're going to store it, how we're going to store it, how I can downsize, even though I've done it like about 4 times already with my clothes. And so this is what's left, and where am I going to put it all? Stay tuned.